you ready to discover the mysteries of living a longer, healthier, and vibrant life? How many of you have relatives that live to their 80s, 90s, and even 100? My parents are in their mid 70s, and they are telling me that back when they were younger, it's very common to have somebody that lived 90s, in their 90s, and I'm not sure if that is still quite common nowadays. This video is about talking about the secrets that these people have. So I tell my older patients to resist the notion of being too old, because how our mind works is that when we resist something, by default, your mind is ready to accept another thing. And because I am not that old just yet, I can learn new skills, I can try new things, I can engage in social activities that's going to help my mental and physical well-being. You feel no boundaries in your efforts. You feel there's no limit to how much you can do to change your diet, to change your lifestyle. You need to remember that age is just a number and should not define your capabilities and your potential for doing whatever it takes to feel better, to look better, to live longer. Hey there, it's Dr. Adelita, and welcome to my Sunday Drive. Are you ready to discover the mysteries of living a longer, healthier, and vibrant life? How many of you have relatives or family members that live to their 80s, 90s, and even 100? My parents are in their mid 70s, and they are telling me that back when they were younger, it's very common to have in a household somebody that lived 90s, in their 90s. And I'm not sure if that is still quite common nowadays, but it just really fascinates me to think that some people could live that long, in even hundreds now. My great grandmother lived up to her 90s, I think 93 years old, and she died peacefully in her home. And I know that she was not in any or even a single maintenance medication. At least in my lifetime, witnessing her, she had not been admitted to hospital while she was living. And so that really fascinates me, how some people can get to live a longer life, comfortable life, while others' lives are cut short. So it's a vast topic. I'm talking about longevity here. Longevity is a vast topic, and I want to say that in this video, I will not talk about genetics and epigenetics and recent research about longevity. What I simply hope to do in this video is to talk about essential factors that assist people who are thriving in their 80s, in their 90s, and even 100s, or basically those centenarians that are living still very physically and cognitively functional. Okay? Not the 80s and 90s and they're on their deathbed. No, these are the fully functional, appropriate for their age. So that's what I want to talk about today. Yes, we can spend a lot of time on researching about these old people, looking at their genes and maybe analyzing their biochemical makeup and, with the help of modern technology. But I don't want to do that. This video is about talking about the secrets that these people have that are not rocket science. And I want to talk about that because, for me, that is something that we all can follow, and we all can hopefully live a life that, like them, are long enough to enjoy and to live a fulfilling life. So embark with me in this journey, about 20 minutes or so. Let's dive into the captivating realm of longevity without complicated scientific, thought processes. I like to talk about this because, again, this is not rocket science. It's something that you and I, or if you have anybody living with you, a family member, relatives, on wanting to, live longer, um, fully functional and cognitively functional. All right. So 95% of my patients are 55 years old and above. Now, which I'm not surprised because most of them are really the sickest ones that still believe that they can live a much better life, better health. So the sickest ones are usually older people. Now, I also have patients that they are not so old enough yet, but they're on a bunch of medications. And these medications are doing a lot of havoc and problem in their lives. Or they are going through some significant level of physical discomfort or dis-ease. But most of them really are in the, you know, um, older age, 55 years and above, mostly in their 60s to 80s. Now, one of the things that I tell patients that before we start working together to achieve their health goal is this. This is very important. I tell them, ma'am, sir, it's really important that you and I are on the same page. And when I say same page, I mean that, and I explain, I mean that I want them to agree, I need them to agree that they are not going to be overly accepting that they are old. Again, I need them to be not overly accepting that they are old. The reason is that mindset plays a significant role in overall health and well-being. In fact, not only for older people, in any age across the board. Simply asking them not to be overly focused on the fact that they are old are making is making a massive difference in whether or not they will succeed or fail in their journey to better their health. And I observe that not accepting just quite yet that you are old profoundly impacts your effort that is required from you to recover from diabetes, from heart disease, from stroke, to lose weight, or whatever health problems you have. I do this because research has shown that if we maintain a more optimistic outlook about aging by not overly accounting it, counting the number, we tend to live longer. People tend to have lower rates of chronic disease and they experience a better cognitive function, mental health, than those with more negative perception of aging. And that's quite outstanding. That's research based. And I figured, how can we put an optimistic view towards aging? In my opinion, it's by not overly accepting that you're aging. And I'm not asking them to deny that they are old because they are old. What I'm asking them is not to focus on the fact that they are aging. Because where your focus is where your energy goes. So I tell my older patients to resist the notion of being too old. Because how our mind works is that when we resist something, by default, your mind is ready to accept another thing. And when you resist the belief that you are very old or getting so old, your mind creates a space for new idea, creates that space to say, well, if I'm not getting too old, then because I am not that old just yet, I can learn new skills. I can try new things, right? I can engage in social activities that's going to help my mental and physical well being. I can do things I have not done before. When you're doing something new, that is crucial, my friends, because that will lead you to a different path, a path of a fulfilling and vibrant, meaningful life. I'll give you an example. So my aunt thinks she does not need to comb her hair. She does not to put on her makeup when she goes out. But every weekend we have to go out. We go out. That's a routine to eat out. So she says, nobody, would notice me anyway. Why would I exert effort to, lighten up my face? And she said, well, nobody would notice me, and if they do, I am an old lady. Who cares? They don't care. I'm old anyway. Old people don't need to show up well groomed because they're old. I mean, that's her belief. So I just let her, spill it all out. And when she was done, I replied, well, you could be right. You could be right. People care less because you're an old lady and they don't know you. But does that mean that's how you will treat or see yourself too? A nobody who doesn't care? And I left her with that word. We were ready to leave to eat out, and I noticed she was gone. She disappeared in the living room for about 10 minutes, and when she came back, she looked 10 years younger. She had changed her outfit. She had put makeup on her face, and I commended her for that. Suddenly, she found that energy to do some self-care, do an extra mile, work on her face. Why mindset is critical in your success or failure to improve your health is because your mindset determines if you are willing to work to fix your health problem so you have a better chance to live longer. Embracing a growth mindset and staying open to new experiences can lead you to ongoing personal growth and a sense of vitality. You can only do this though if first you have to decide that your actions, your subsequent actions will not be based on the limitations of age. You got to get the age out of the equation, because if you do put that in the equation of whatever efforts you need to put in to improve your health, then you are stuck because it becomes a limiting factor. So when you remove the notion of I'm too old to do that, I am old to try new things, if you put that on the side by first not overly accepting that you're old, you will notice that you feel no boundaries in your efforts. You feel there's no limit to how much you can do to change your diet, to change your lifestyle, to sleep better, to manage your stress, to remove the stressors or reduce the stressors in your life. All this need work. You need the energy. And you get the energy from believing that you're not too old enough to do these things. If you keep thinking how old you are, and that always becomes the denominator of every single problem you have, You'll have 1,000 reasons to, say why you should not bother to change your ways. And that is equal to shorter lifespan. You need to remember that age is just a number and should not define your capabilities and your potential for doing whatever it takes to feel better, to look better, to live longer. So that's the first secret to living a longer, healthy life. Not to overly accept that you are old. What's the second secret? The second secret to living longer is stay active. Staying engaged in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. That's very important. How? Well, you can do many things, like you can continue contributing to your communities, to a community where you belong, building meaningful relationships, or finding a purpose in your daily life. What about engaging in activities also that stimulate your mind and your body? Like maybe an exercise routine, a walking daily walk, right? Or playing some game boards, talking to friends, or just simply doing your grocery by yourself if you're physically able, cooking, staying active. Just stay active. Don't tuck your butt on the chair or your bed for more than 50% of your time of the day. Just stay active. The third secret to living longer is for elderly individuals to prioritize self-care. Self-care including, but not limited to, dietary changes. Adopting predominantly a whole food plant-based diet, because that's where you get the most energy from. Getting enough rest. Seeking support when you need it. Not hesitating to ask help. By taking care of well-being, and you can enhance, I'm sure, your vitality, resilience, and overall quality of life. Most of all, live longer. So in essence, by embracing a positive attitude towards aging, by what? Not overly accepting that you're too old, because that's a trick to our mind. We want to trick our mind that we're not too old, so that it opens possibilities for us to work, put in a lot of effort, get the energy to make some changes. Okay? Positive attitude by not overly accepting that it is aging that's causing all our problems, our health problems. Do not accept that. And then staying active, and then eating healthy foods, improving your overall lifestyle. You have the chance. You do have a chance to write new chapters of your life filled with resilience, filled with vitality, filled with deep sense of fulfillment. And age doesn't have anything to do with it. Aging. You're aging, but gracefully, a lot of fulfillment, happier, full of vitality. If you are a senior who desires to live longer, know that it is possible. Whatever stage you are, whatever conditions you are at the moment, you can improve your health. You can improve or better your life. And it has to start with mindset. Age is not a limitation. It is an opportunity for you to grow, to connect, and continue personally improving and improving your health as well. Getting old is inevitable. We know that it's inevitable, but to feel old every day and feel punished for being old every day is a choice. In my opinion, it's a choice. So I want you to make an easy choice to spend your golden years with limitless love and self-care. I hope that I've given you a strong dose of motivation today. All my videos are recorded and available on my website, Facebook group, my YouTube channel. Also, now you can listen to me on Spotify. For all those social media platforms, just type the Lifestyle Changer MD, and that's me. Feel free to share and replay as often as you want, but don't forget to share. But I hope that you'll make it a Sunday routine to join me live here in my Facebook group. I'm here every Sunday, every week, every Sunday. That's 8 a.m. Pacific time or 11 a.m. Eastern time. And to my kababayans in the Philippines, that's every Sunday, 11 p.m. I'll see you next week. Bye.